Hi, Paula. Welcome to If Innovation Could Talk.
Hello, Eva, and thank you so much for having me. I know probably everyone who says that, but it really is my pleasure to be part of your interview series today.
I feel really excited to have you because I know you have a lot to share. You are not just a presentation expert, Paula, or a keynote speaker. You, in fact, have had a long, innovative business journey as well. Can you tell us more about that? And also, what does innovation mean to you?
So I've always resonated or loved that word innovation. I think you have too, Eva. In fact, the word innovative was part of my tagline for my very first business in the 1980s. But I think I'll start today with your second question, which was, what does innovation mean to me? So if I had to sum that up in maybe 3 words, it would be courage, creativity, and resilience. So courage, that first word, I think you need to have the courage to be different, or the courage to be first. And first isn't always about winning. I think sometimes it's about the courage to lose or to keep on trying until you achieve success. And creativity, I think all innovators and business owners need to build that creativity muscle. And the more open-minded you are to being creative, I think the ideas will come. And all business owners and all innovators, I think, need to continually build that creativity muscle. And of course, resilience. Resilience is, well, I don't know any innovator that hits the mark every single time. It's usually the second or the third or sometimes the 20th time. And we've all heard those stories, the 20-year overnight success. So I think, innovators and again, business owners are really resilient people, and they just keep going when things get tough.
That's brilliant. So give us an example or some examples of your business first. How have you actually demonstrated the fearlessness, creativity, and resilience?
Okay, so business first. I've had my business now for over 30 years, so I've probably earned a few first ribbons along the way. And my first, I was still at school. I started a brand new high school, and I was the very first president of the student council. And when I left school, I was the first female and the youngest person to be accepted in Australia's longest running entrepreneurs program, which incidentally is still running today, 30 plus years later. I was the first to franchise personal development schools. And because I had a training company, as well as we were the first to nationally accredit programs in personal development, presentation skills, and more recently a program in neuropresenting, which is the brain science behind powerful presenting.
Well, speaking of first, I believe you have filed a few trademarks as well. Can you tell us about them?
Yeah, look, trademarks are a way of protecting your innovation and protecting your intellectual property. So I have presentation intelligence, which that's the work that I do in that powerful presenting. I have Relate, which you might see the poster behind me there, which is a human behaviour and relationship model or approach. I have Brillustration, which is a brain-friendly visual facilitation system, and neuropresenting, which I just mentioned before about that last course. We also had trademarked as well.
And how is presentation intelligence innovative?
Well, presentation intelligence is about the art, science, and practice of powerful presenting, but it's not about like giving a speech. It's about having a relevant conversation from the front of the room. It's about leading from the front of the room. But when you're having that conversation, it's about bringing your thought leadership to the room or to your audience. And thought leadership is about bringing like a new perspective and fresh insights. And I think world-class presenters never give the audience what they expect. They always bring something to the audience that they've never heard before. And if you can't be innovative in your content, you can certainly be innovative in the way you deliver that content.
Speaking of the way to deliver the content, especially in the innovation sphere, a lot of these are actually new ideas, and new ideas are really hard to get across. So have you got any tips to help people get started in presenting their new ideas?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think people think that people are born with these skills and anyone can just stand up and be really good at presenting their ideas, but it's a skill and you can learn it. In fact, anyone can learn how to become a powerful presenter. But I'll just start with one tip today, which is speak in the language of the audience. Your audience doesn't always understand your jargon or a lot of technical information. You need to use easy to understand words and phrases, and it takes much less brain power for your audience to process that type of language. And then you can be more open to explaining things in a more complex way if your audience are asking you questions. So just speak in the language of the audience and make the complex really, really simple. Presenting is the art, science, and practice of effective communication. And I think you should look for opportunities to present. It's the fastest way to build trust, be visible in your career or business, and have your message heard. And if you don't have the confidence or the skills to be able to stand up and do that, then certainly invest in those skills. And even if it's not for yourself, definitely for your staff, because I think they are the critical skills for the future.
That's definitely very practical and insightful tips. So Paula, thank you so much for sharing. We appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome, and have a wonderful day, and I'll continue to enjoy your series as well.
Thank you, Paula.